So let's get into a class. Let's get into it real quick, y'all, before they shut it down. The question is, are we in the last days? Now, I know a lot of y'all probably ain't been paying attention because they don't put a lot of this in the media over here. But right now, we are probably the closest to World War III than we ever been in history. And I know a lot of y'all don't know what's going on because black folks, we really don't care till it's the end. Till we always the last to find out. And be like, damn, man, what we didn't? Nigga, I'm telling you now. No, we at the last days, man. You got Japan raging war. You got Japan raising war against China. You got China saying we about to invade, you know, Taiwan, I mean. And at the same time, they talking about invading Taiwan. You got Japan talking about, well, we ain't gonna let you invade Taiwan, you know. So now Russia then pulled down and said, okay, then we taking it. And Japan, if you get in it, I'm in it. So now Russia then flew nukes down there. Russia then actually flew nuclear bombs around there. They got nukes sitting around there. They then flew out 2 new nuclear aircraft carriers right now. They ain't talking about a lot of this on the CNN or the news media. So a lot of y'all, if y'all ain't up with current events, what's going on over there, like we really literally in World War III. We already been having a proxy war. We've been already a proxy war with Ukraine for the longest. And what I mean by proxy war, it's like you in war, but you ain't. Let me tell you how. Say like you got an enemy and you really want to go at that enemy, but you don't know how strong that enemy is. But you know it's another guy your enemy went at. Your enemy mashing the gas on them. So to test your enemy's strength, you start supplying your enemy with weapons to see just how your enemy might respond to them weapons. So as you shooting weapons and they responding to the weapons, Russia's saying to themselves, it's like in the streets, if I'm beefing with this dude and you helping this dude, whether you saying I'm in it directly or whatnot, you giving them guns to get at me, you in this. You in this. I don't care how you want to look at it. We ain't in war. Nigga, we've been in war with Ukraine. We the ones supply all of Ukraine's weapons. Now Ukraine, then damn near, Russia damn near wipe Ukraine down. They about to take them waters now. Now NATO saying, hey, we gonna have to get involved in this, man. You know, now Russia telling NATO, man, hey, you get in this, man, we're gonna wipe you down. Everybody's picking sides like it's prophesied to happen in the Bible, man. We are literally seeing the prophecies happening. They playing out right before us. That's why my question was, are we in the last days? A lot of people don't really believe in the Bible. I wasn't really a quick believer until I started seeing the prophecies, and not just the prophecies, all the historical things they found from tablets, the Moabite tablet. You might say, well, what's the Moabite tablet? It's a tablet they found with the Moabites. And the tablet was talking about how the Moabites went to war with King David. So they found so many different artificial archaeological evidence to back up this. So I'm just saying that to say we in World War III right now. Everybody's picking sides. You know, America telling Venezuela, we about to go over there. We about to invade Venezuela. Do y'all think they actually going in Venezuela for some cocaine? They showed y'all 2 little boats that got blew up. 2 little boats. Do you think they're really trying to invade Venezuela because drugs? Colombia is #1 in producing cocaine, not Mexico. Mexico don't produce cocaine. They just move it for the cartels. They work together. They don't produce that. Now, they might produce some heroin over there, but they ain't producing the cocaine. That's coming up out of Colombia. That's coming up out of South America. They want to get inside Venezuela because they need that oil. They need that oil. Do you know Venezuela actually produces more oil? They produces more oil than Afghanistan. They produces more oil. So they're trying to get over there to take that oil. What I'm telling you is World War III is so close to happening. And the thing is, when I look out here and see my people, man, we ain't prepared for none of this. We think this kingdom ain't gonna fall. It's gonna fall. Every kingdom in history have failed. When you read about Egypt, you read about how great Egypt was. They was eating off gold silverware. Egypt was one of the most powerful, and Egypt fell. It fell to the Babylonians. When the Babylonians fell, the Persians took out down. It's like throughout history, this is happening. America is prophesied to fall, and what you're watching is falling. Donald Trump said something so cold, and it went over a lot of Americans' heads. He said, if the American dollar fall, it's like losing World War III. A lot of people didn't understand what that means. What he's saying is this: right now, outside America, these countries are attacking the dollar. The dollar has failed. Ain't nobody giving a damn about no tariffs, because they didn't found how to work around the tariffs. They trade within each other. So now I want to read in Matthew 24. And then I'm gonna get to some of the things that's taking place. Like I said, this Bible is a book of prophecies. Everything I'm about to read is actually taking place. So let me read to you. And Jesus him to show him the building of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say to you, there shall not be left one stone upon stone that shall not be thrown down. And so Christ like, man, what y'all doing, man? Hey, listen, this ain't gonna be standing here. Christ is prophesying, letting them know what's about to take place. Now, when he talking, this is not, most people think sometimes when you read the Bible, it's like happening right then. Sometimes when Christ or the prophets spoke, they spoke in future reference. In future reference, this is what's going to happen. Like when they told you during the last days that the Euphrates River was going to dry up, that was over 2,000 years ago. They told you this was going to happen. This is towards, like, when you read the Bible, it tells you the things that's going to happen before something else happens. Like, hey, this is a clue. When you see this taking place, this going to take place before this takes place. You know what I'm saying? So when we seeing this take place, we know, damn, well, this got to happen. It said, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and his disciples came to him privately, saying, tell us when these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming in the end of the world. So the disciples asking Christ, like, hey, tell us, what's the signs of you coming back? And what's going to be, how we going to know it's the end of the world? See, they was looking forward to the end of the world happening too, just like we is. We look forward to this kingdom falling. So he said, and Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. He said, hey, listen, what I'm about to tell you, don't let nobody lie to you. Listen, I'm about to tell you some real shit right here. That's what Christ saying. He said, and Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. You know, in churches, they tell you how this kumbaya, how we all gonna come together, and we gonna hold hands, and we gonna go up in the rapture, and we gonna see little naked white babies and shit around in heaven floating around. Hey, Christ said, man, don't let nobody lie to you. That ain't what's about to take place. So let's keep going. He said, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. He said, many gonna come in my name. You got groups like Genesis out here, you know, Sons of Jacob, TD Jakes, Creflo Dollar, all these people, ain't even your local pastor. Your local pastor is a bastard too. You might say, well, why you say that? Well, if you take your phone out right now and you Google, did Jesus Christ, the disciples, or go to artificial intelligence, say, did Jesus Christ, the disciples, and the apostles keep the Sabbath on Saturday? It's going to tell you they did. So, you know, if your pastor got you going to church on Sunday, then you know he ain't of the Most High. He's deceiving you. So when I say, for many come in his name, that's talking about the pastors. The same pastors that went out here and told y'all to go vote for Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris was talking about our own demise. Kamala Harris was talking about killing babies. Kamala Harris was talking about homosexuality, and they was promoting this in the church. He said, many gonna come in my name. Many, and all of them use the banner of Jesus Christ. We love Jesus Christ. That's the banner they use when they selling y'all shit, telling y'all it's chocolate. For many shall come at my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Shall deceive many. And this is the latter verse I like to use when Peter saying, those who are learned, takes Paul's letters and use them for their own destruction. A lot of churches use Paul's letters. And he's telling you many, let me read this for you again. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. They shall deceive many. You know how they deceive y'all? They give y'all them smooth words. They tell you, oh, love. They use foreplay on y'all. That's what they do. I call it foreplay. They use foreplay on y'all. They use foreplay on y'all while they sticking their hands in y'all pocket, telling you just love. You read this Bible, you don't need, this Bible's a history book. This is who you was, black man, before you was called a Negro, before you was called colored, before you was called Afro-American, and then eventually you became an African-American. So now let's keep going. And ye shall hear of wars and rumor of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So now we're hearing everybody squaring up. Everybody, listen, all bullshit aside, bull jive aside, everybody outside towards the east, because this is known as the West. They can consider us the West. Everybody is at war over there, man. They squaring up. People is picking sides. You got Burkina Faso, Mali, all them coming together. And when them coming together, they telling the other brothers, they telling the white French people, y'all got to get up out of here. Y'all can't get our oil. Y'all can't get our minerals. Did you see Trump just tried to go in Nigeria? You know why Trump tried to go in Nigeria? And I want y'all to think about this, black folks. This is for all you niggas that say we all one and we all one people. Donald Trump just told Nigeria, you're going to sell your oil for the American dollar. That's what you're going to sell. This is a country telling another president what you're going to sell your oil for. This is a country, another country telling another president, you're going to sell your oil for what we tell you to sell your oil for. And when, see, you don't understand when we tell you that the sons and daughters of the people that colonized us, this murdered us, raped us, they have to pay for that because this government, the system they set up, it came off of slavery. So this is how they got in power. We have no part of that power. So when my brother's telling y'all about the Constitution and the Constitution, when they say all men was created equal, we were slaves. So the Constitution had nothing to do with us. This whole government that's built on us has nothing to do with us. We don't have no power to tell nobody you're going to sell your oil for the American dollar. And then when the president over there said, well, I want to take the Chinese money and take trade and other money. Trump said, hey, listen, we coming up in there. I just told you what we going to, hey, send some troops over there. This nigga done lost his mind. We've been ruling y'all country and we've been ruling over you people for years. How dare you don't do what we tell you to do? This is for all you Negroes who talk about this country. They're trying to get in Venezuela and Nigeria. So now Russia said, hey, you ain't getting in Nigeria either. So now Russia goes down there to Nigeria and send troops to Nigeria and say, hey, we got many more nukes. So now guess who else jumped in it? South Korea, North Korea, Kim, what his name? Kim Jong said, I'd be damned if this shit gonna pop off and I ain't in it. You know, the little guy, he trying to make it be known. He said, hey, this ain't about to be no war and I ain't in this shit. I've been wanting a part of America. They ain't told you. If you go look this up, you might can look it up in artificial intelligence. Putin said they already got the cities already mapped out that they're going to hit nukes with. And they said there ain't nothing they can do to stop them. They already got them lined up. Do you know they got nukes down in Cuba? They down in Cuba and everywhere. See, America has fallen. It's fallen. And usually when the empire falls, it's war. It's war. This is a fallen empire. So if you're wondering why so much prices on food, Why the gas? Everybody crying about the food and the gas prices. The way we used to live, that way is living is dead. And we'll never go back to that way. Get that in your head. The way we used to live prior to Joe Biden or President Trump, any president tell you he gonna fix it and go back to the way it was, they lying to you. You know why they lying to you? Because these other governments, these other countries, they saying, hey, we gonna trade and we gonna use other money and we ain't using the American dollar. See, what made America so strong throughout the world, if you wanted to buy oil, you had to use the American dollar. So they cornered the market. You got to use our money to spend with them. So now these other countries saying we don't even want to use the American dollar no more. We're going to use something else. And if y'all want to trade with gold, if y'all want to trade with uranium, whatever y'all want to trade with, we're going to start accepting that instead of the American dollar. So now, let's keep going. He said, when you hear about these wars, see, I'm watching all this, but I ain't even nervous. I ain't scared. You hear all these people got these different blogs and everybody talking about it, but I know this got to take place. Thus said the Lord. He said, hey, I got to put this down. If I don't put this down, it ain't going to happen. So let's keep going. He said, for nations shall rise against nations and kingdoms against kingdoms, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Like they had an earthquake up there in New York. They got earthquakes, all these things taking place in places that never happened before. They're starting to happen now. It's starting to happen now. He said, all these things are the beginning of the sorrows. He said, when all these things start happening and you see all these wars start taking place and you see all these people adding for war. See, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. America is lying. When Donald Trump said we on the verge of World War III, y'all don't even know how close we is to World War. I'm talking about they actually have missiles aimed towards America. So let's keep going. He said, and then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So when he said, and they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, ain't that's what's happening now? We seeing black people, getting hanged down there in colleges. While all this diverse coming on, everybody is against us. The Most High said, hey, listen, all these nations going to begin to hate you. They're going to begin to hate you. Everybody, the Asians against us, the Arabs against us, Palestinians mad at us because we ain't out there marching for them. Everybody mad because we ain't on the front line for them. He said, everybody going, let me read that again. It said, and they shall deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Why? Because we the children of Israel. I know a lot of y'all used to can't wonder and can't get in y'all mind like why people don't like black people, why people just have this natural, it's something that's been embedded for them. And y'all don't understand why. Because the Most High said, listen, all the nations gonna hate y'all because I chose y'all. Just think about this. We the most hated race of people, but we the most copied race of people. Do you know what they over there doing in Japan? They coming up with, listen, they rocking the old 70 black hairstyles. They stealing our whole swag and making it funky. When I say funky, not making it good. They swag ain't funky. They swag funky. They swag like a old pair of socks. That's what they swag like. But they trying, some people like, but they trying. Yeah, they trying. We the most copied race of people, but the most hated race of people. The Most High say, listen, they gonna hate you for my name's sake. Why? Because you one of the children of Israel. You one of his people. So let's keep going. And he said, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. When he said many be offended and shall betray one another, I talk about this all the time, man. Black people sell each other out for a bag so bad. All you got to do is offer a black man some money. Listen, you offer a black man some money, he'll turn on his brothers so quick. That's what happened damn near with every black movement. Every black movement, we always had a sellout nigga that took money, that infiltrated, that helped the other side. It's been like that since slavery. Shit, it's been like that in the Bible. Judas took some silver to sell out Jesus Christ. When you read throughout the Old Testament and everything, you read like Children of Israel was offered money and they sold out. The reason why the Pharisees and the Sadducees went at Christ is because they was worried about Caesar taking their position, the bag, the money. We always go out like that, man. And we turn on each other and we begin to hate each other. And the same thing we hate each other for, that white man can do it, that Asian man can do it, that Arab man can do it, and we ain't gonna have that same energy for them. And I was talking to one of my, I was talking to my psychiatrist. I can share that with y'all. Y'all family. Yeah, I got a psychiatrist I got to talk to stop me from busting. And yeah, I talk to the school, get counsel, but sometimes, you know, it's been something I've been having to fight. You know, I got a short tolerance for bull crap. But when you get in here and you get to trying to change and everything, sometimes a lot of bull crap be coming your way. But the Most High say, listen, they're going to hate you for my name's sake. All the nations going to be against you. I know some of y'all might be friends with little Jody and little Bobby, and y'all feel like, well, they all ain't bad. The majority of their people, 90% of them hate your ass. And Jody knows that. And little Becky knows that too. She just don't tell y'all that to hurt y'all feelings. So now let's keep going. It say, and because iniquity shall abide, the love of many shall be waxed cold. It say, because this is saying because the world is getting so hard, so much things is going on that our love for each other is going to become wax cold. Wax cold meaning we wasn't going to have that love for each other no more. See, I can't speak because I told y'all I ain't lived in Ohio my whole life. When I came to Ohio, I was in junior high. I came from Chicago, but I always went back and forth. And I always speak about Chicago, because the things y'all see in Chicago wasn't like that when I was coming up. And I'm off 64th and Greenwood. I'm from the same street King David was off of. My father then ran with King David. My father had 12 brothers. I remember when we had block parties. I remember when it was just so much love. I can see another gang member, we might stack it or we throw up one love. It was like, it was love, man. Black busting the fire hydrants open. And it was so, what's up, my brother? What's up, my sister? You know, I'm black and I'm proud. You black and beautiful. I used to hear that shit all the time when I was coming up in the 70s and 80s. You barely hear that shit no now. Sometimes when I'm in stores, I walk past a brother and I say, hey, how you doing, brother? You know, as black men, we don't speak to each other. And then some of them will break out and smile. But instantly when black men, think about this. When you walk past another black man, the first thing he do, and he wax cold on you. Cold, hard look on his face, and he walk, and you think like, damn, what's wrong? This nigga ain't get a hug this morning? But if he see that white man, when he say, hey, how you doing, Mr. Charles? His whole demeanor changed. So I try to do the same thing now. Sometimes I speak to guys and they don't speak. I laugh to myself because I be saying to myself, nigga, I'm the threat, not you. I'm so much the threat that I can humble myself and speak to you. Hey, how you doing, brother? Because I'm not worried about you physically doing that to me. So I can do that. So I do that now. I see guys and say, hey, how you doing, brother? I'm in the store. And sometimes, a lot of the times, believe it or not, they'll break out and smile, man. It's like a wall that been broke down. Most High said we was going to be wax cold to each other. And I used to want to be one of them brothers, man. I would do something dirty and when I wouldn't have a conscience about it. I didn't have a conscience till I got in this truth. Until I got in this truth and my God opened my eyes. So now when I see a brother, I speak to him. I don't want to be waxing cold to each other. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I realize one of us got to break that wall. We've been taught to go against each other like that. You know, I had a woman ask me, she said, you know, them gang members always talking about shooting and killing. I wonder why when them people hang one of us or do something like that, they don't never do none of that stuff then. I said, hey, listen, that's these new niggas. I said, when I was coming up in Chicago, if an Arab moved in our neighborhood, that store got taxed. That's that store. You couldn't even move in our neighborhood without getting taxed. Let alone if a sister or something was in a Korean getting her feet done and they did something to her, man. Listen, man, you know what we would have did? We didn't play that shit. Even when this was going on and George Floyd and they jumped on a black sister out there in Cicero, you seen all them gang members stop and everybody went out there and they got to popping off. I was raised like that. When I went to prison and I seen white guys stabbing guys in Lucasville, that shit blew my mind. I ain't never seen that. And you know, as anybody in Lucasville, I got on the front line. I was one of the guys that made that shit stop in maximum security. If you touch one of mine, I'm going at 3 or 4 of yours. And I ain't wait for a whole bunch of guys to roll with me. I went by myself and get at them Aryan brotherhoods about black guys. I ain't killing no black dude around me. I've never experienced that type of shit because I didn't come up around that shit. No, my family is like stationed in Chicago, Gary, Detroit, St. Louis, Minneapolis, Milwaukee. Around that mid area, them dudes' mentalities was different when I was coming up. It was just different. So I wasn't raised like that. So now I'm to a point in my life I can see a black man and, you know, hey, brother, how you doing? Nigga, you ain't my brother. That's what's up, bro. I still love you. I didn't have guys say that to me. Nigga, you ain't my brother. That's what's up, my nigga. I still love you. I said that and laughed it off. You know why? Because I know I'm the threat now. And if a nigga cross that line, I have no problem with showing him. This shit like a light switch. Click. So now, I wanted to let y'all know, listen, man, real talk, man. We in the last days, man. When I say the last days, if y'all don't know how so close we is to World War III, they are not telling y'all what's going on that news at night or on that CBS News or CNN. They are not telling you this. You might have to, like, that's why I said you might have to go to artificial intelligence because they might give you more information. But when you know what I like to do, I like to read them or watch them foreign station news channels because sometimes they'll tell you what's going on. There's something you won't even hear America talk about. And they're going to give it to you, not from the American perspective. They're going to give it to you from the real perspective. Like, you know how America was telling you how Ukraine is taking over. They're giving Russia. And then the next time you hear about the story, you're like, damn, Russia just took that whole city. I thought America said they was damn near giving Russia all the problem. Now you're hearing about damn Russia just wiped out damn near half of they got crippled people they putting in the service now. Crippled people. Russia wiping them out. But at first, America was telling you they was going at it. They be lying to us, man. With that, man, we are the ISUPK out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the commanding General Yohana. To all my Black, Hispanics, and Latinos, and that's of Native American descent or Negro descent. If you're a Spaniard, I am not talking to you. If you're a Wood, I ain't talking to you. If you're Asian, I ain't talking. This is strictly for my niggas. That's how I like to say. This is strictly for my niggas. You know, I like to be so upfront, you know, because the people in this book is Black. It's a history book, man. Let me help y'all understand something. If I didn't believe in something, if I didn't believe what I was telling y'all was wholehearted truth, I wouldn't be telling y'all this shit, man. You know, when I found out everything I found out, I actually broke down and cried because I always wondered, who was me? Who was my people prior to slavery? Why nobody act like they knew who my history was or who we was prior to slavery? And I know we couldn't be weak people. If that was, then it wouldn't have our slavery. And that notion that we all was kings and queens, whoever started that shit is the dumbest shit I ever heard. You have never had a kingdom where everybody was kings and queens. Get that shit out your head. We ain't Egyptians. Do you know they used to measure our skulls and Egyptian skulls? Look it up. We ain't them. I know a lot of the carpet-colored Native Americans, I know they were Negroes. I know Negroes was here prior to slavery, but they are Israelites. They came here. So what I'm saying is I study extensively. And before I even can say something to y'all, I got to get approved by the school. If the school think I'm going to get up here, this is what I'm saying. I got people over me. So I just can't click on the computer and start talking my shit. Well, I got people from Chicago. New York might call Chicago. Chicago might call my captain in Indianapolis. My captain called here and said, hey, what the hell is you doing? That's how I'm going to get checked. Why did you say A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z? That's wrong. They're going to check me. So I can't come out here on my own and just say what I want to say. because I got people over me. Rank and order. I always been with rank and order. Even when I was gang banging, I had somebody that was over me. And that's the problem with a lot of people. They don't like to have people over them. But see, when you have people over you and sometimes you ain't thinking right, or you might have be able to make a wrong decision, the people over you can say, hey, did you look at it this way, or that way? And you might say, nah, I didn't. Well, switch that up and try this or this or this. So I wanted to share that with y'all, man. If I didn't believe this, if I couldn't show y'all this, the problem that I think a lot of Israelites really have is sitting down and people understanding or listening to what we have to say. Because everything we have to tell you is actually in historical records. I wasn't no African American when I was born. I wasn't an African American when I was going to school. I was a Negro. So I know my race been changed more than once. I know this. So when you ask how we this, we all have a biblical identity. Once y'all learn that this Bible has nothing to do with religion, Christianity, or none of that shit y'all learn in church, that it's a history book about a particular group of people or race of people, I'm gonna tell you the first thing you're gonna have to do is actually learn your history as a slave. A lot of black people say they know their history, and then soon you get to talking to them about black history, they say Martin Luther King. Like, what? Nigga, man, listen, our history go way deeper than this, nigga. Way deeper. If you learn your history, you know, like, hey, when Christ is talking about this only happened one time in history. The transatlantic slave trade. Even when you use artificial intelligence, it will back that up. So I don't want y'all to ever think I be getting on here thinking I this, that, and the third. If I didn't believe in this, nigga, I'll still be in the streets. Either I'd be dead or it'd be a lot more niggas dead. I ain't dying. Let me rephrase that. I ain't gonna be dead unless my God want me to be. But before my God, yeah, unless my God want me to be, that's the only way it would be. Outside my God want me to be, I would be the guy that be trying to do the other stuff. I would be that guy. I would be that guy, wake up, my sole purpose was just to be. Now, I be looking at it like, man, I can't even take nothing from another brother. He black like me. I can't do nothing to this brother to hurt him, man. You know what I'm saying? Take him. This is how I think now. And that's cause of school. This is called repenting, the washing of the mind. Now, if you would have dipped me in that stinking ass water, I would have popped back up and said, damn, I'm going to rob a nigga right after this. But me washing my mind, like in Ephesians chapter 5, made me change my behavior. And I changed my behavior. If y'all want to know the truth, man, I'm terrified of the Most High. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It'd be a lot of things I want to do and I won't do because I'm actually scared of the Most High. When I read this Bible and read how he don't play, I can't understand why Christians don't see the same thing I see. They think the Most High don't care about nothing. You can just say you love him. That's all that matters. And that's when I realized that most people that read the Bible couldn't comprehend what they read because it scares me. Now when I go to do something like, damn, I want to do something to this nigga, but the Most High gonna get me. He gonna get me if I get this nigga. That's how I be thinking now. I don't worry about no nigga. I swear I don't. That shit don't even cross my mind. I be thinking like, man, the Most High gonna get me if I do this to this nigga. Unless that nigga try to do something to me, then I'm allowed to defend myself. So with that, man, we're gonna come back next week, man. Listen, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. We getting older now. Some of us that's made it, like my little brother, little Allen, and all us, we was in the trenches. We was actually in the battlefield. You know, so it's time for us to start living life, man. You know, let them other niggas have a battlefield. They ain't, you know, it's a blessing when you can be in the field and go through the trenches and live and start seeing your kids. And you know what I'm saying? Even if you don't get along with all of them niggas, your kids, but I'm just saying, you know, see your kids, and as you get older, man, that's a good feeling sometimes. You be like, damn, it's all right getting old. I'm getting gray and shit now, and I'm thinking to myself, like, man, you know what? I ain't gonna even die this. I wish I would die mine. I ain't dying nothing. I'm gonna embrace this. With that, shalom.